And we didn't notice that in that age they'd have any kind of death. But when they leave the nest, there is another issue. I hope I answer your question.
Okay, thank you. And just a quick follow-up on your talk. Was there any update on the ban of veterinary diclofenac?
Yes, yeah. Well, we had a workshop last early this year, and now the first is not fully banned, but all the veterinarian, all the hospitals, all in the protected areas, they stop using it. Even in the Ministry of Agriculture, they stop using it. But to stop, the trade on it, this is another issue, and now we are working on it.
Okay, thank you. Just want to fit in 2 more questions if possible. I've got a question to Mohammed Habib. I think you're there. So the observation of fledglings in April is strange. I would expect that fledglings leave their nests in June at the earliest. Maybe the observed individuals were immatures. How many nests did you manage to find where breeding was proved? Oh, can't hear you. I'm afraid I can't hear you there.
Is it okay now?
I'll just move on. Oh, yes, carry on, yep.
Okay, yeah, it was a mistake. Yes, it's immature, not fledgling. Sorry for this. Only the fledgling, we see them from end of July, not in April.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll just choose one more question. I don't really have much time left. So just a question, Richard, for you on Socotra. So could other NSAIDs be an issue? Are other toxic NSAIDs available? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Sorry. Not that we're aware of, but can you hear me now?
Yes, thanks.
Fine. But in a question privately to Mike McGrady, this is something that's being looked at or will be looked at as part of the action plan that's in preparation. And I think as a general rule, and this is maybe something that we all need to consider, that the dumping of any chemicals on open dumps is something that we should address in any action plans, because it's clear from some of the comments that have been made openly or privately that there may well be other things that are just being dumped out there that could be affecting any birds that are scavengers. So anyway, just a comment. But anyway, no, this will be looked at, and certainly I will want to help our Socotra friends with the preparation of this action plan, and may well be seeking advice from the many people at this conference who've got a great deal of experience of preparing such plans.
Thank you. That's really useful. And Mike, did you have any comments on that? There was a question for that around dead raptors, around rubbish dumps, a serious issue. Is there any project underway to isolate? Oh, this is about power lines, sorry. This question, isolating power lines.
Okay. Is it poisons or power lines? And is it around landfills and dumps? Is that the question?
The question is talking about around rubbish dumps, but it also leads to power lines. So if you wanted to comment on either of those, I'd be very happy.
Well, certainly in Oman, we've been tracking birds, and the pattern of their movements, just because landfills and dump sites are attracted to them, you get these huge concentrations of birds. And if there are dangerous power lines or poison, then just by a matter of multiplication, the risk goes up. So we've been looking, particularly with power lines, for some sort of feasible way to address the problem. First, by looking at risk around landfills. Just what is the relative risk within 3 kilometers of a landfill versus 10 kilometers from a landfill, and so therefore giving a reasonable and affordable or cost-efficient way to reduce risk relatively quickly, and then maybe address things later farther away from landfills. But the lower your density of birds flying around, the lower your risk is. So that's kind of our first step in trying to address this problem.
That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, just thank you so much to all of our speakers and contributors for this session. There's obviously so much work going on with all these sorts of issues and threats, and the work that the research work that's going on across these regions. So thank you all so much for contributing, and thank you all to our audience for joining this Asia and Middle East session. We have run over time, I'm afraid. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure most of our contributors could answer some of the questions there. It is now time for a break, so please return to your timeline using the Back to Timeline button in the top left hand of your screen. At the end of our lunch break, please click on the bar for your chosen round, which is the next section, and follow the click here to join box, which is the Zoom link that appears on the right of your screen. But yeah, thank you very much again, and do enjoy your break and join us again a bit later. Okay, thank you.